Welcome to my Boomer Buddies podcast, where we tell it like it was and is. I'm your host, Rick Reed. So glad you're here. Today, we're going to talk about something really that interests me. I liked a lot of the music that came over from Britain. And in 1970, there was a singer probably nobody's ever heard of before. We're going to talk about Tony Burrows. He's the most prolific pop singer, and you probably don't know who he is. You probably have no clue. Tony Burrows was an unsung hero of the 1970s pop music scene. He's a British singer with a remarkable yet often overlooked career. He's known as the man of 1,000 voices. He was born April 14th, 1942 in Exeter, England, and Burrows became a distinctive voice behind some of the era's biggest hits, and more on that coming up. Here's a little bit about how Tony got started. Tony was part of a group called the Kestrels, along with Roger Greenway and Roger Cook. In the early 1960s, they formed, and they toured a couple of times with the Beatles. Now, Tony Burrows also released a solo album in 1965 under the name Tony Bond to try to get that whole James Bond vibe that was going on at the time. And in 1966, he joined the Ivy League and then a group called the Flower Pot Men. From there, he became a trusted studio session musician. He was in demand because he could get things on one take. He was reliable. He showed up on time. Also, that meant it saved the producers money because they didn't have to do many takes. They didn't have to worry about somebody showing up late, and he was very good at what he did. So being in the Kestrels with Roger Cook and Roger Greenaway, those two, the two Rogers, became prolific songwriters, and they had hits that you may have heard of. Here Comes That Rainy Day Feeling Again, Green Grass, Gary Lewis and the Playboys covered that, and many more. Tony uniquely achieved the extraordinary feat of singing lead on multiple chart-topping singles, and each one of those were credited to a different band. His voice was heard on some very timeless one-hit wonders. In fact, he holds the record with 5. These classics we're going to cover in today's episode. The first one I want to talk about is My Baby Loves Lovin' by the White Plains, and that hit number 13 on the U.S. Top 100 on May 23rd, 1970. 10 weeks on the charts. Pretty phenomenal. And it did very well in Britain and all over the world. And that one was written by Roger Greenaway and Roger Cook. Let's hear a little of that right now. You'll see Roger Greenaway actually singing lead on this, with Tony offering his excellent vocals as well. Here we go. Tony on the left. On the left. Okay, I'm going to stop it real quick. That's Tony Burrows on the left, and you'll see him on some of the other videos that I'm going to play for you of the songs that he recorded on One Hit Wonders. Tony is very talented and unassuming, and I just want to point that out right now. I'm going to break into these clips as I show them, but if you want to watch the clips in their entirety, the links will be below in the show notes. So make sure, if you want to hear the whole song all the way through, go ahead and click on the links. But that's Tony Burrows on the left. You're going to see more of them here coming up. That's Roger Greenaway, by the way. I should point that out. Back to the action. Here we go. So they kind of cut that off quick, but that was from the Top of the Pops. That was Tony Burrows, Roger Greenaway, and a couple of, but these guys were all session singers, and they would get together and record these one-hit wonders, and they had to come up with a name. And White Plains is a suburb in New York. These guys are from Britain. They picked that name for some reason as the name of the group because they had to come up with something. So that's the first one-hit wonder with Tony Burrows, vocals featured. And the second one was Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes. And I absolutely love this. This is probably my favorite of Tony Burrows' one-hit wonders. This song was recorded right around the time of the White Plains, My Baby Loves Lovin'. It hit number 5 on the U.S. Top 100 chart and did well all over the world. So let's listen to that one real quick. And this will feature Tony Burrows on lead vocals. So let's take a look and give a listen. Okay, going to stop it real quick. Tony Burrows, he's got the real cool hair, circa 1970. This is Tony Burrows, session vocalist, and you get to see him and hear him doing his thing on one of the best one-hit wonders from that era. Because love grows where my rosemary goes, and nobody knows like me. If you met her, you'll never forget her. Kind of got cut off at the end. But Tony Burrows on lead vocals with a great one-hit wonder from 1970. Well, that's 2 of 5 one-hit wonders that Tony was a big part of. And I should mention that if you go on YouTube and you look up some of these videos to watch, if it wasn't on TV, and even sometimes when it was a TV performance, Tony isn't in a lot of those videos because Tony was so busy and so wanted as a session musician that he didn't have time to tour. And of course, the songs became hits, and the record companies wanted to have a band to tour. So what they would do is they get other people to say they were Edison Lighthouse or White Plains, and they'd form a band for touring. And it's really interesting that most of the people that you see didn't even play on the record that were on tour. But so is the way of music, right? Got to make the big bucks. But like I said, Tony was in demand. And he was so good at what he did, and he was earning a very comfortable living. So he would just rather keep singing on records and not tour. But once in a while, he would come on TV to do this. Speaking of TV, the third one-hit wonder with Tony Burrows featured on lead vocals is called United We Stand with Brotherhood of Man. Now, that's another studio group of singers who basically formed in the studio to do this song, and it became a hit. They performed this on Top of the Pops at the same time, and I'll talk more about that. But let's take a listen and a look at Brotherhood of Man with Tony Burrows featured on lead vocals on the song United We Stand.
Now we come to a sort of part one of this week's puzzle, actually. I'll explain it to you a bit later on, ladies and gentlemen. But we've got a great sound coming up just now, and it's a group called the Brotherhood of Man.
There's nowhere in the world that I would rather be than with you, my love. And there's nothing in the world that I would rather see than your smile, my love. For united we stand, divided we fall.
Okay, I'm going to stop it real quick. See the guy in the far right? That's Roger Greenaway, and prolific songwriter, and he was the lead vocal on White Plains' My Baby Loves Lovin'. Keep that in context that he was part of this one-hit wonder scene as well, that whole group of musicians that came out of England to do these songs. All right, here we go. Hey, how about those outfits? Just crazy. Yeah, they had the big puffy sleeves, the vests, and for the guys on this performance on Top of the Pops. Let's get back to the music, and we'll ride it home.
Divided
there you have it. Now, you notice that there was 3 songs from the Top of the Pops performances, and I showed them all to you. Tony Burrows claims that he was the first and only recording artist to appear on Top of the Pops, fronting 3 different bands or musical groups on a single broadcast show. That was Edison Lighthouse, White Plains, and the Brotherhood of Man. Well, Top of the Pops refutes that, saying that he appeared with 3 groups within a month, 2 on the same show. Well, Top of the Pops says that Edison Lighthouse and Brotherhood of Man played on a show, the same episode, and then later it was White Plains that he performed with. But either way, let's say Tony's right on this, and I think he might be. He had to change costumes 3 times, for 3 different groups that he performed on this show. That's pretty cool. While this was going on, some of the people behind the scenes at the BBC, they're going crazy thinking, they're thinking we're trying to pull something over. The same guy is in 3 different groups performing, So what they did is they unofficially banned him from being on there for I think it was about 3 years. So that kind of hurt his solo career. That's an interesting tidbit about Tony Burrows' appearances on the BBC's Top of the Pops back in 1970. Tony Burrows was a part of another one-hit wonder hit that occurred in 1970. It was a song called Gimme Dat Ding by the Pipkins, which basically was Tony Burrows and Roger Greenaway. And if you listen to it, the lower voiced Wolfman Jack type of sound came out of Tony Burrows. The high vocals on that was Roger Greenaway. So let's listen to that right now. It's just a novelty hit, kind of a fun thing that they threw together in the studio. And that was written by Albert Hammond, who wrote and performed the song It Never Rains in Southern California. So let's give it a listen.
That's right, I'm sad and blue, 'cause I can't do the boogaloo. I'm lost, can't do my thing,
That's
and
Tony
that's why
Burrows.
I sing, gimme that thing. I sing it one more time, mama. Well, you ain't doing it right at all. You're right, it's no use. Well, don't go too far, is what you do. Well, you look around you and give me that. And give me that. Give me that. Yeah, I gotcha. Give me that thing. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that thing.
Doesn't that make you feel like you should be in a beer hall hearing this or in a pub somewhere? Just fun, that ragtime piano going on and just the nonsensical voices going. It's a fun song. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's get back to it.
Well, you try and you do your best. Oh, you ain't doing that at all, mama. Well, you see. Oh, you give me that. You wanna make an old man happy? Yeah, well, give me some of that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that thing. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that thing. Give me that. Give me that thing.
That was fun. There you go. Give me that dang. That was never really a group. Like I said, they just threw it together in the studio, had a lot of fun with it, and they got a hit out of it. Yeah, Pretty nice. It was also used as a background tune on the Benny Hill show, if you remember that. Just to recap, so just think of this. All four of these songs that I just played for you and gave you a little info on were recorded within 9 months of each other, and all were released in early 1970. Now, Tony Burrows, his last hit was a song called Beach Baby by the First Class. It hit number 13 in the UK and number 4 in the US. And that was in August of 1974. And it was on the charts for 11 weeks. It was the last time that Tony Burrows got to chart as a lead vocalist. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to play that for you right now. And I remember hearing that and just feeling like it was an American song. It could have been the Beach Boys or somebody like that doing it. So let me play that for you right now. Then we'll wrap it up with some other closing information about the great Tony Burrows. I'm going to stop it right here. First of all, do you remember this song? Good Memories was for me. And secondly, that's not Tony Burrows, is it? Remember earlier I told you how he had so much work as a session musician and did very well at it. And he's just so busy that he didn't tour, nor did he have the inclination to tour. Well, this is a band they threw together to go tour and go perform. I don't think I could find him performing this on any video either. So we'll just enjoy the music and the song, knowing that that is not Tony Burrows. All right, here we go.
Beach baby, there are the sand from July to the end of September. Surfing's fun, we be out in the sun every day. I never thought that it would end. And I was everybody's friend. Long, hard days, boozy haze, jukebox plays, but now it's fading away. We couldn't wait for graduation day, oh no, except the car and drove to San Jose, oh, that's where you told me that you wear my ring. I guess you don't remember anything. Beach baby, give me your hand, give me something that I can accept. Just like before, we could walk by the shore in the moonlight. Beach baby, there on the sand from July to the end of September. Surfing was fun, we'd be out in the sun every day.
All right, the First Class, at least the touring version of First Class. That was fun. It wasn't Tony Burrows featured there visually, but it was his voice. So, and that's incredible. What a career. it didn't stop there. These are just songs where he was featured as part of one-hit wonder groups. So after having these one-hit wonder songs become hits, big hits, he did keep moving forward as a successful and sought-after session singer. He sang background on hundreds of tracks, including for stars like Cliff Richard, Tom Jones, Rod Stewart, Elton John, and that's just to name a few. You can hear him in the background on two of my favorite Elton John tunes, Leave On and Tiny Dancer. Next time you listen to those, listen for Tony Burrows in the background. So that's the story of Tony Burrows, successful session musician, recording artist. Just one of the nicer guys that you can find from all reports. So next time you listen to the radio, good chance if you listen for a few hours, you're going to hear Tony Burrows more than once on the oldies stations. If you would, please like, share, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Or if you're listening on Spotify, Buzzsprout, or any other audio form, just put some good news up there and help those algorithms. Smash like, share, let's go. I appreciate you watching and listening. So that's it. Covering Tony Burrows, great session musician out of Britain. This is My Boomer Buddies podcast. We like to do nostalgic programming on this channel. We'll do TV shows, music. We'll talk about health. We'll talk about history. A lot of things that are boomer related. A lot of nostalgia. For My Boomer Buddies podcast, I'm Rick Reed. Until next time, we'll see you around the block.